What's going on, winners? It's your boy Loso 2.0. And today we're going to talk about what makes a good leader. But before I get started with that, if you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button below and subscribe to the Winners Win channel. If you're listening to this on any type of podcast platform, leave a 5-star review below. And obviously leave comments and questions or concerns that you may have. But what reminds me of a good leader is kind of like our hack basketball game. So the hack league is a league that I be playing in on Sundays. Well, played in on Sundays. We actually just lost in the playoffs to the number 2 seed. Yeah, we had them. I'm not even gonna lie. First half, we had them. We were up at a point, then we were within 4 points. And this is a team that blew us out the first half, like literally dominated us an entire game. But this game, it was closer. And then towards the end, they started dominating us because we started going away from things that was working, which made no sense to me at all. People turning the ball over, people doing no passages, coming up court and shooting the basketball, things that people have never done in their life. They decided, you know what, I'm going to try that today and do that today. So apparently, that led to our then loss against this team. But the thing about that basketball game, right, was the most important thing that I took the loss on myself, because as a leader, I stopped going away from what was pretty much working, right? So the first half, from the get-go, when we got there, when we was doing layup lines, everybody seemed groggy, tired. I'm just like, yo, where's the energy? Yo, attack that basket. Now, even with me dealing with like ankle problems a little bit, I'm still kind of healing up from it, to be honest with you. But even with dealing with that stuff, I'm still attacking the basket hard, trying to get some layups, pushing myself. Okay, go, easy layup, like just trying to push myself, getting the energy going with the team. I kept trying to do that, or I kept doing that with the team, but that's the type of energy that I was just bringing the whole time, talking on defense. When I got subbed out, I'm on defense like, yo, on the bench, yo, watch that stuff, talking, running the point, running the plays. All right, nobody want to go to middle? I'm going to go middle. Like, just kept trying to do different things to keep us going and get the energy going, because we were lacking in that energy, especially in the beginning. But then once we got the energy going, once we were getting the steals going, everybody was getting their layups and stuff, we were playing hard. It was a good game. It was a good game, and it reminded me apparently of the ideas that what makes a great leader, and that's that a great leader has to coach and inspire. You have to inspire your team. You have to get them going. You have to sometimes make those tough decisions. You have to do things, and it's at all times. There's not a time when you stop doing the coaching, and stop doing the inspiring and stop being a great leader. There's no time where you just stop doing that stuff. It's a constant battle. It's constant coaching. People say that they don't like the babysit. I used to have a leader at one of my stores that will always talk about, I don't want to babysit somebody. What are you talking about? As a leader, that's not babysitting. You are a leader. That's what leaders do. Leaders are constantly coaching. They are constantly inspiring. They're constantly telling everything to their employees to make them do better. And the thing is, they're not just doing it when they're doing good. People love to do that. My favorite example, and I talked about this too as well, people like to pick and choose when they want to do things when it's convenient for them. When everything is going good, people love coaching. People love inspiring. People love being a leader when it comes down to it. They love being a leader when it's time to when the team is getting buckets, when the team is up. They love being a leader when everybody's scoring on all cylinders. People love that. They love being a leader then. It's the greatest thing in the world. But when it comes down to being down 20, when it comes down to not making those shots, when it comes down to having to do little things, when it comes down to telling your boy, yo, you need to attack the basket, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that, yo, go middle, yo, stop taking these shots. When it comes down to that stuff is when people decide that they don't want to be a leader. When it's the hard things that have to do with it. But no, a great leader, what makes not a good leader, a great leader, an extraordinary leader, is one who does the good, the bad, and the ugly, tells them all that stuff. And on top of that, they are constantly doing it. Not just choosing when to do it. They're doing it at all times, constantly coaching, constantly inspiring their team to be better. Now, before I get to continue on with this speech, please, if you want to join a community where they help recognize yourself as a leader, be recognized as a leader, to become a contributing member to your community, please text me at 302-220-0886 and you can join my community for leaders. Now, back to the speech. It's a matter of how you do this, though. How are you going to coach somebody and inspire them at all times? What is the perfect formula for doing it? Because everybody responds differently. Some people love the yelling. They could take the yelling. Some people just take the yelling. Me, I'm not a big fan of yelling, but listen, if you told me to do something, I'm going to do it. That's just how it is with me. Tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. Yo, you need to do more of this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. You don't got to really tell me the why like that. You just tell me you need me to do it, especially if it's someone that respected as a leader. You tell me to do this, that, I got you. But what I really, really respond to, and what most people respond to, is this idea of a sandwich method. So I like to look at this sandwich method as, the bread, and in between the bread is all the condiments, depending on what kind of sandwich you make, right? If you're making that little Scooby-Doo sandwich or a healthy sandwich, especially the one that my wife tells me about, has that cucumbers in it, has the spinach in it, the tomatoes, the avocado, the turkey and cheese with the sauce, all that stuff. The sandwich maker thing, but most sandwiches pretty much got the basics, right? The bread, it's just the bread on each end, and then it's everything else in the middle. Now, what does the bread symbolize in the sandwich method? The bread symbolizes in the sandwich method all the positive things. All of the positive things that the team has, right? So, for example, especially a lot of times, especially with these coaching conversations, we like to have ask discovery questions, because we don't like to do a lot of talking. It should be like 80-20. Basically, majority of the talking is done by the person being coached. The coach does more the question, the probe, and the appropriate questions asking. So they may ask, hey, what do you feel like you're doing great in? Right? Sometimes you don't got time to do this, but let's say if you got time to sit down, talk to them. Hey, what do you feel like you're doing great in? Most people will talk about all the things that they feel like they're doing good at. Sometimes they may not even know, right? Sometimes they may need you to push them aside, right? Let's say I had a coaching conversation before. With my team. We had metrics, right? So I may be like, hey, what you feel like you're doing good in? They may say, hey, look, I think I'm doing great with VGAs. Finding the need for them. And then I can reinforce that by going, yeah, I feel like you are doing excellent in VGAs. You're doing a great job of, finding them and, pretty much always getting extra stuff, the extra push to make that extra couple dollars. But what do you feel like you need to work on is the next question. Not telling them what they are doing bad at. What do you feel like you need to work on? They may say, hey, listen, I need to work on getting internet now, right? I need to work on getting internet. Okay, so since you feel like you need to work on getting internet, no, I agree. There's some times where, you probably aren't doing it as much. Why do you feel like you're struggling with this? And then they'll tell you, it's because I forget the picture. Okay, so how can I help you as a leader to make sure you remember, right? Because that's what great leaders do. Great leaders put their teams in position, put everybody else in position makes it as easy as possible. Whether that's you literally putting, for some of my stores, they put all the metrics right on a tab, put it right on the top, make it the home screen, make little things on their phone, whatever it takes to make sure that they're constantly learning. So putting them in the right position. So how can that happen? You do that. And then, of course, with the other end of the bread, which is when you reinforce them with something else. No, because I think you could do this because I know that you're such a great athlete. I know that you're such a great team member, whatever it is that you're reinforcing at the end. So it's always positive, what they need to work on, positive reinforcement and encouragement at the end. Now, why is this so important? Being a great leader doesn't just help you win the game. Doesn't just help you make the great paycheck. No, it leads to you building legacies. All of the great leaders that I know, the ones that inspire me, the Martin Luther Kings, Nobel Peace Prize, the Malcolm X's, definitely speaking, one of the greatest speakers, Eric Thomas, millionaire right now, Tony Robbins, multi-millionaire, also building legacy and changing lives. Like, all these people are making legacies. So that puts me back to what makes this a good leader, what makes someone a good leader. And that's the idea of constantly being a student and constantly being a teacher. So I just want you to continue to use this blueprint. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button below, subscribe to the Winners Win channel. If you listen to us on any type of podcast platform, click that 5-star review, leave a comment below. And all I got to say is, keep killing the day. Winners win, losers lose, and you pray for success like this. 2.0 out.